Uh, a man at peace with himself is a threat to society. This is something that I've heard UG Krishnamurti say, and everyone that has been paying attention knows I love the guy. I like listening to him. I've listened to him for so long and for so many hours. Um, and One of the things he says that I think about frequently is a man at peace with himself is a threat to society. I think, I don't know, there's something to be said that's really important about this, or at least how true it really is. Um, like, what does it mean to be at peace with yourself? Like, to know yourself, to be at peace with yourself, to like understand what you are and to be at peace with it. To like be in the presence of who you are and what you are. It's like every time you desire something, that you feel like you need something, every time you desire something, it's like you wish or you desire to become something more or something else other than what you are. And that's what our society is practically like. That is the suggestion that our society, or maybe any society, is really running on. It's like you need to work and you need to behave in such a way to acquire the things that you don't have in order to be at peace. And then when you get that thing, this is something he says too. It's like when a person has everything they could reasonably ask for, the question arises: is that all, or is there more? And that's what our society is running on right now. It's like you're not at peace with yourself, because if you were at peace with yourself, you wouldn't feel the need to have a desire to acquire something, or like acquire wealth, acquire possessions, and so on. So it's like you're not at peace with yourself. Money, people working paycheck to paycheck, it's like they're not at peace with their income. They're not at peace with their home. They're not at peace with their possessions. They're not at peace with their family. It's like they have to constantly adapt and change themselves and desire to be something other than what they are at any given moment, in order to survive, in order to integrate with the way in which society is presented, and how it functions and how it's organized and so on. So it's like a person at peace with themselves, a person who is not operating in a way that functions and moves through their desire. It's like they are a threat to society. They are a person who is like, they're like, no, I'm done with desire. I'm done with acquiring. I'm done with trying to make money. I'm done with grinding my life, away for, what I can afford. It's like when people, every single person that is operating in that way is like stunting the growth of the status quo of the people. If there are people that are trying to foster the growth of society in a way that benefits them at the expense of others, it's like every single person who is like operating in that way at being peace with themselves are a threat to the growth of that narrative, of that functionality, of that progression. And that's why that phrase is so true. A man at peace with himself is a threat to society, because they just don't, they have no need to be a part of the way the society is functioning if they're at peace with themselves. It's like they don't desire to be more than what they are. They don't desire to contribute to the way people in that society expect others to contribute, even when it's at the expense of themselves and their family and others around them. It's like they just don't like that. They might admire that. They might think like, oh, I wish I could live like that, and so on. But at the end of the day, they don't, because the society at large are doing everything they can to eliminate those people, or at least make that kind of life so exclusive to a small group that is like not even, they're not in the public eye. Like they're completely hidden from public view, and they don't want people to be even inspired to either be against it or to try to be a part of it. I think I'm going off a little bit of my point, but I don't know. It's just a phrase that I always liked hearing UG. Those are two phrases. A man at peace with himself is a threat to society, is a danger to society. And when a person has everything they can reasonably ask for, is that all? The question arises, is that all? Is there more? I just think there's something to be said. There's even like Bible verses talking about like desire and like need not, for God provideth all. You know, that kind of thing. It's like all these things to consider, what it means to have a desire and be integrated with society, and so on. I don't know. When it comes to the videos that I'm putting out today, I feel like this video would make more sense if you saw the other ones, or at least like gathered some of the ideas that I've been talking about and see why I want to talk about it and how it fits into, I don't know, these things that I find interesting and want to talk about. But I love that guy, UG Krishnamurti. He's so awesome. And for him to say stuff like that, and for other people to like understand these kinds of ways of thinking, is just, I think there's something to it that's important. It might not be fostering, you know, a well integrated life with society, but I think, like I said, if society is sick, you know, I don't want to be a part of it. I don't think other people should really be a part of it either. You know, they could choose to do what they like, but I think the cost and the expense is just too high for the average person, and there are so many people just being destroyed by this like incessant need, this constant need for strife and improvement and acquisition and so on. So I don't know, I just like to consider it. I think that's all. Thanks.